Good morning. We have with us today Dr. Spencer King, who really needs no introduction, who's been editor-in-chief for JACC Interventions, well-known interventional cardiologist and an amazing mentor. You've been editor-in-chief for JACC Interventions. Tell us what it takes to be an editor-in-chief and your recommendations for early career cardiologists who are starting their journey as in an editorial team.
Well, it's different. You know, we didn't have JACC Intervention, and the decision was made by the college to start a journal about interventional cardiology because there was so much data, so many papers, in fact, coming to JACC about interventional cardiology, probably more than anything else at that time, along with imaging. So the decision was to start a new journal, so without any other way to know how to do it, we started with a great deal of help from the college, a great deal of help from Tony DeMaria at that time was editor of JACC, and there was, it's quite interesting because we had to figure out within the whole JACC family what kind of papers were going to go to a subspecialized journal and what was going to stay with JACC. So this was kind of an evolved dance that we had about how we did that. And we were very fortunate in that it was available, JACC Intervention was available to all members of the college that wanted to have it. So we had a great deal of readership and had a nice impact factor right from the outset. So how does it, what is it how do you do that? I think everyone would do it a little bit differently. I had the ability at that time to be involved almost in every paper. You know, you're looking, so we got to review the papers ourselves. We got an excellent board of associate editors, and importantly, you have to have a deputy editor that does all the work. And I've had a couple of different deputy editors trying to put the thing together. The big challenges for that journal and every journal is not only how to attract good papers, but to attract reviewers who are experts in the field and who feel committed to it. And I think we were able to get a lot of people who felt an obligation to review fairly quickly, sometimes not completely quickly, but to do it thoroughly, and so the reputation of the journal began to build from that.
Yeah, that's the thought of giving back.
Yeah.
Probably. So tell us a few tips about a good peer review.
Well, a good peer review starts with an interest in the subject. It starts with the reviewer, being knowledgeable about what they're reviewing, and it goes well beyond just reading the paper and saying whether it's good or bad. The good review is a review that tries to improve the paper, regardless of whether the paper is accepted or rejected. The reviewer looks at it, says, here are my criticisms, here are the things that I think would make this stronger and better, and bring in evidence to support that and to contribute to the whole process. And by doing that, making the paper better, whether it's accepted in the JACC family or whether it's goes to another journal, the paper could be improved. So I think that what makes a really good reviewer is somebody who takes the time and effort and really tries to not just criticize but to improve the paper.
That's great. Thank you so much for those words of advice. Any final closing comments for, again, early careers who are starting their journey as, in an editorial team?
Well, people who, the editorial board is associate editors and so forth is a coveted thing. Many people would like to be involved in journals like this. But the best way to do that is to be a superb reviewer and accept papers, review them with a great deal of energy and accuracy, and then become noticed. And then the journal editors, you may have to ask, you may have to say, hey, I've been working for this journal for a while, and I'd like to actually be involved even more. I'd like to be on the editorial board or be an associate editor. And I think people can work into that. The people who put in the effort will get the jobs.
Those are great words of advice. Thank you so much for joining us at JACC Intervention's social media team. Please enjoy the meeting, and we'll try and do everything that you told us about your reviews. And
well, we're excited with what JACC Intervention has done from then and continues to do, and very proud of it.
Thank you so much.